What's up, guys? We are on Judges, the book of Judges. Judges number 9. About 3 pages, so maybe about 10 minutes. Just depends. I went down a rabbit. I was watching a YouTube video right now. Just wasted a lot of time, but it's all right. So Abimelech is Gideon's son, who was born from a concubine in Shechem. So here we go. Judges number 9. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal. Jerubbaal is another name for Gideon. And Abimelech, the son of Jerubbaal, went to Shechem unto his mother's brethren, and communed with them and with all the family of the house of his mother's father, saying, Speak, I pray you, in the ears of all the men of Shechem, whether it is better for you either that all the sons of Jerubbaal, which are 70 persons, reign over you, or that one reign over you. Remember also that I am your bone and your flesh. And his mother's brethren spoke of him in the ears of all the men of Shechem, and all these words, and their hearts inclined to follow Abimelech. For they said, He is our brother, and they gave him 70 pieces of silver out of the house of Baal Berith, wherewith Abimelech hired vain and light persons, which followed him, and he went unto his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal. So he slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding, yet Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left. So Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, that means the most because he hid himself. I guess he killed him because they gave him silver out of Baal Berith, which is some sort of forbidden god. And all the men of Shechem gathered together, and all the house of Millo, Millo, and went and made Abimelech king by the plain of the pillar that was in Shechem. So he's king now. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice, and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, you men of Shechem, that God may hearken unto you. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they said unto the olive tree, Reign thou over us. But the olive tree said unto them, Should I leave my fatness, wherewith by me they honor God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? And the tree said to the fig tree, Come thou and reign over us. But the fig tree said unto them, Should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said the trees unto the vine, Come thou and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, Should I leave my wine, which cheereth God and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, Come thou and reign over us. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow, and if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. So the trees are looking for something to rule over them. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely, in that ye have made Abimelech king. So Jotham is asking him this. And ye have dealt well with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands. For my father fought for you, and had ventured his life far, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. And ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons 70 persons upon one stone, and having made Abimelech, the son of his maidservant, king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother. If ye then have dealt truly and sincerely with Jerubbaal and with his house this day, then rejoice ye in Abimelech, and let him also rejoice in you. But if not, let fire come out from Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem. Still trying to kind of grasp what's going on here. Let fire come out of Abimelech and devour the men of Shechem and the house of Millo, and let fire come out from the men of Shechem and from the house of Millo, and devour Abimelech. And Jotham ran away and fled and went to Beer and dwelt there for fear of Abimelech his brother. When Abimelech had reigned 3 years over Israel, then God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem. And the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech, that the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. And the men of Shechem set liars in wait for him in the top of mountains. And they robbed all that came along the way, or came along that way by them. And it was told Abimelech. And Gaal the son of Ebed came with his brethren and went over to Shechem, and the men of Shechem put their confidence in him. They put their confidence in Gaal, Gaal, Gaal. And they went out into the fields and gathered their vineyards and trod the grapes and made merry, went into the house of their God and did eat and drink and cursed Abimelech. And Gaal the son of Ebed said, Who is Abimelech and who is Shechem, that we should serve him? Is not he the son of Jerubbaal, and Zebul his officer? Serve the men of Hamor, the father of Shechem. For why should we serve him? And would to God this people were under my hand, then would I remove Abimelech. And he said to Abimelech, Increase thy army and come out. Well, so he's challenging him. So Gaal and Abimelech. And when Zebul, the ruler of the city, heard the words of Gaal, the son of Ebed, so Zebul, the ruler of the city, his anger was kindled, and he sent messengers unto Abimelech privily, saying, Behold, Gaal, the son of Ebed, and his brethren be come to Shechem, and behold, they fortified the city against thee. Now therefore up by night, thou and the people that is with thee, and lie in wait in the field, and it shall be that in the morning, as soon as the sun is up, thou shalt rise early and set upon the city, and behold, when he and the people that is with him come out against thee, then mayest thou do to them as thou shalt find occasion. And Abimelech rose up and all the people that were with him by night, and they laid wait against Shechem in 4 companies. And Gaal, the son of Ebed, went out. So he must be fighting on behalf of Shechem, and stood in the entering of the gate of the city. And Abimelech rose up, and the people that were with him, from lying in wait. And when Gaal saw the people, he said to Zebul, Behold, there come people down from the top of the mountains. And Zebul said unto him, Thou seest the shadow of the mountains, as if they were men. And Gaal spoke again and said, See, there come people down by the middle of the land, and another company come along by the plain of Meonanim. Then said Zebul unto him, Where is nigh thou mouth, wherewith thou saidest, Who is Abimelech that we should serve him? So Zebul's like, What happened? What you said about him? Is not this the people that thou hast despised? Go out, I pray now, and fight with them. And Gaal went out before the men of Shechem and fought with Abimelech. And Abimelech chased him, and he fled before him, and many were overthrown and wounded, even unto the entering of the gate. And Abimelech dwelt at Arumah, and Zebul thrust out Gaal and his brethren, that they should not dwell in Shechem. So Zebul, Zebul. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people went out into the field, and they told Abimelech, and he took the people and divided them into 3 companies, and laid wait in the field, and looked, and behold, the people were come forth out of the city, and he rose up against them and smote them. And Abimelech and the company that was with them rushed forward and stood in the entering of the gate of the city, and the 2 other companies ran upon all the people that were in the fields and slew them. And Abimelech fought against the city all that day, and he took the city and slew the people that was therein, and beat down the city and sowed it with salt. And when all the men of the tower of Shechem heard that, they entered into a hold of the house of the god Berith. And it was told Abimelech that all the men of the tower of Shechem were gathered together. And Abimelech got him up to Mount Zalmon, he and all the people that were with him. And Abimelech took an axe in his hand, and cut down a bow from the trees, and took it, laid it on his shoulder, and said unto the people that were with him, What ye have seen me do, make haste and do as I have done. And all the people likewise cut down every man his bow, and followed Abimelech, and put them to the hold, and set the hold fire upon them, so that all the men of the tower of Shechem died also, about 1,000 men and women. It's pretty sad. Then went Abimelech to Thebes, Thebez, and encamped against Thebes and took it. But there was a strong tower within the city, and thither fled all the men and women and all they of the city, and shut it to them, and got them up to the top of the tower. And Abimelech came unto the tower and fought against it, and went hard unto the door of the tower to burn it with fire. And a certain woman cast a piece of millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all two broke his skull. Oh, this is like kind of interesting, huh? And a woman cast a piece of millstone upon Abimelech's head, and all two broke his skull. Then he called hastily unto the young man his armor bearer, and said unto him, Draw thy sword and slay me, that men say not of me, A woman slew him. I wonder what, like, is that like a curse? And this young man thrust him through, and he died. And when the men of Israel saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed every man unto his place. Thus God rendered the wickedness of Abimelech for killing his brothers, which he did unto his father, and slaying his 70 brethren. And all the evil of the men of Shechem did God render upon their heads, and upon them came the curse of Jotham, the son of Jerubbaal. Abimelech dies. Abimelech dies. Zebul kills Goal. Zebul. So Jotham gets away. Jotham, Abimelech brother escapes. Jotham. It's interesting, huh? But Jotham has some sort of parable. Jotham's parable of the tree. Jotham's parable. This is Judges 9 of the tree. Jotham's parable of the tree. What does it mean? I'll get it later, guys. My phone is internet's slow right here in this location. Judges 9, Jotham's parable of the tree. Waiting for the AI upload. Jotham's fable has followed an imaginary search committee tree. What is it meaning? So in the context of this parable, the only thing a bramble can offer is pain and destruction. So it has every reason to be power hungry and seek dominance over others. He illustrates their condition and the punishment that ultimately awaits them by the parable of the fig tree. The fig tree bore no fruit, neither did they perform good works. The owner awaited patiently 3 years, so does God wait for them, the fig tree having become utterly useless. They asked Abimelech to be the ruler. I don't know, but he didn't turn out to be a good ruler anyway. Kind of say, like, you guys are the trees, you guys stand above.